Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you want to come and text us.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
This is Mommy's jam.
Then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you want to come and text us.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
This is Mommy's jam.
Then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. I'm Harrison Arns running the board. We got DeMornay Pierson'El for the Don't Punt Hour host as always. And I mentioned to kind of start this show off. And again, if you guys want to join, 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Haven text line or the Honda of Lincoln hotline. We do have Nebraska basketball going on as well. We'll talk about that. But I haven't really had the chance to talk about it yet on air. I'm sure you haven't either. The Michigan State loss. I had the show Sunday morning. I was in there, but you can imagine it didn't come up too often. Give it a day to gather my thoughts. But first opinion, just initial thoughts. What do you got, DeMornay? That's a good way to start it off.
It just that one hurt.
Yes.
It was missed opportunities. I'm not saying that they didn't come ready to play. You left too much to chance in the game and outcome, and it was that you can blame it on the refs and on other things, but at the end of the day, you didn't make enough plays to win and not put yourself in a position to be to allow the refs, or replays or whatever you want to say, to do it.
I mean, me and Amon Green talked about that a little bit. I mean, how long have you heard that in your head? Don't let the refs decide the game for you. You hear that all the time.
And they've kind of been playing that same type of way, those same type of games, and this one just got, it didn't turn out well for us. I wouldn't even say it was a gut punch. I wanted to turn the TV off.
Yeah, it got weird at the end because I was refusing to do it. Obviously, it's my job to watch the game. That's number one.
I turned it off, but I turned it back on like 2 minutes later. But
yeah, it's
I turned it off.
They got a little crazy there at the end there. I was like, okay, Nebraska, maybe we can. Then they refused to run the ball for whatever reason. I've been saying it before, but the commentator announcing you think they'll throw it when they got the victory formation. I couldn't help it. Laugh a little bit because they were trying to. It seemed like the smart move for Michigan State. That fourth quarter was to eat clock, and they kept starting every possession
with their own.
With the default.
It was working, so why go away from it? And I'm not saying that they weren't stopping it. I mean, it was a bend don't break. They wouldn't have their shot plays or make something happen. They were, establishing and continuing drives. So I mean, you want to say eat the clock, this and this and that, but I mean, you have a play called on a play sheet for a reason, So you can say to eat clock, but it was working for them. So
I think it's just a point where, it's working for you, but you don't even need it to work right now. This is my opinion. I just run the ball. Again, that's another thing. Our defensive line wasn't the best game for them either. They were getting some pretty decent chunk runs from time to time. Coverage, Henry was giving those guys a lot of problems out there. Given he was a good receiver, definitely got to give him credit for that. But I will say, read this one text right here from One-Eyed Ray. And again, 402-464-5685. It's simple. They overlooked their opponent. They were thinking all they had to do is beat the next three to win the title. And I just don't. That's where I disagree. I don't actually think they came not ready to play. The turnover margin is going to beat you eventually. And as you said earlier, the offense, yes, we had some pretty nasty turnovers, but how different is that from the past games that we've also won?
You throw that in there. You're playing a 11 o'clock game. Those are not easy. You've been a part of those. Those are not fun at all. It takes you a little minute, to get going. So it's you turn the ball over that many times and everything like that. You don't capitalize. You're missing cues and you're giving guys chances and they're not capitalizing on opportunities given. You get all of that together and that'll give you the outcome of the game. You were still in it late in the game to where, you could have gotten away with it, which is why I think, Michigan State didn't really resort back to easing off the pedal because it was so close to where they were never out of it. They weren't really in a comfortable lead. And all you needed was, him running 40, 50 yards, now right back in it. So it's the turnovers. We've been saying that, but I mean, that's been, I don't know if we still lead the nation in turnovers.
I'm sure. I'd be very surprised if we
probably. I mean, if you average in 2 a game, that's, and you're not necessarily creating any or as much as you are turning it over. You know what I'm saying? You can only ask your defense to do so much. And, I was hearing people, oh, well, the defense, this, the defense, that. And it's like, man, look, I'm not even mad at the defense. You know what I'm saying? Outside of
they held them to 20. It's not like they got blown out.
20, they held them to
40.
Or
excuse me, they were pretty much.
That was not a touchdown. That was not.
No, it wasn't. The same thing happened in Minnesota, which was frustrating. That's twice that the call's been where the Big Ten commissioner comes on and says that's not.
He
a
got
touchdown.
glasses because he need to get him cleaned or reevaluated or something. The ball moved. Point blank and period. That is loss of possession. I don't understand how you can secure the ball. I can understand if you have the ball, you hit the ground, the ball moves a little bit, but you still maintain control. Got that. Perfectly
the ball
fine.
doesn't touch the ground.
It can touch the ground, but if you have control of it, that's a catch.
Yes.
The ball hit the ground and shifted. Then when he rolled back over, he lost control of it and regathered it.
Mm-hmm. And you could see it too. The cone, as soon as he hits the ground, the cone just snaps down.
Literally. So what are you because you can't see his hand? Obviously, his hand is not further enough under the ball, or you would have seen it in the replay.
Mm-hmm.
So but still, outside of that, again, you can't put your team in that position to where it has to be one of those plays to, well, yeah, we had it, but this. Like, no, you didn't play well enough. You didn't dominate enough. I'm not saying that they can't. I'm not saying that, they overlooked the team or anything like that. I'm not saying that. It's an early game. It's an away game. You're playing it, in a hostile environment.
Mm-hmm.
And you needed to be as close as perfect as you could, and we weren't.
Yeah, and I think that's the recipe for Nebraska moving forward here. I mean, we think we all kind of understand, the limits we're going to have on offense, but there's still going to be ways to kind of win games. I mean, look in Iowa, they won a game with getting less than 150 yards total offense.
But no turnovers.
Exactly. That caused, on the positive side of the turnover margin, it led to points.
You know what I'm saying? So it's right there. They're scratching at it. It's just, you got to kind of blend it all together and everything like that. And it sucks saying that because I feel like a recorder over and over for 4 weeks straight with this and with that and everything like that. And it's just like, you hate to see it. And it's like, you want to come out on the other side of it, but simple things that they're not doing anything terribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Missed assignments or, blown coverages or outside of the fumbles, it's simple stuff that can be corrected.
Part of it's too just Heinrich working with him on reading where those safeties are at. That's kind of been his problem. That's kind of been a few games now. Just reading those safeties late, and then at times it looks like he throws it and then he sees it after, and because it's just right in their hands.
Quarterbacks enough is a difficult position, so everybody's going to criticize and critique certain stuff and everything like that.
Well, he's developing. Let me be fair. He's definitely still developing. I mean, that's a guy that wasn't even going to play quarterback. Then all of a sudden he's like, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and try you at quarterback. Third string, all of a sudden, starting. And
his job is tough enough.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to, beat down on the kid and everything like that, because I do think he is putting his best foot forward. So it's not his fault entirely of him not doing something. I think he's doing the best of his, abilities and everything like that. It just comes back to, the other pieces around him stepping up and making plays.
And we saw some wide receivers dropping balls that hit him right in the hand. That's where you got a quarterback that's developing. You got to help him out.
You got one-on-one, down the field. I'm not saying you got to make every catch.
It can happen.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what, you want to be known as, and what, you're trying to evolve your game to and everything like that, like, you got to have it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be too many shots throughout the game of that. So, like, you need to make those happen.
Especially in the offense, it feels like we kind of have set up. It feels like we're setting up on those home run plays, deceiving them with a run over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's there, you gotta the wide receiver and the quarterback, you guys gotta be on the same page.
You gotta make it happen, regardless. If you can get your hands on it and everything like that, like, you have to come down with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not picking on any particular kid or any particular coach or something like that, but that's what's, drive killers. That's what's, if you got those, and if two of those are made, we're in their territory now, and now you can throw the ball and run the ball, and like we're now in manageable downs. We're staying in rhythm. We're staying with continuing moving down the field instead of playing behind the sticks.
Yeah, and we got a field goal kicker that can bomb it from 55 if need be. So you just got to get,
like, all you got to do is just stay on rhythm, and it's a lot easier said than done. But it's just that one hurt, because I don't think that team was better.
No, I don't think so either.
Than us by any chance at all. The operational disaster that happened at the end of the game, I I'm not sure what they're looking at. You catch the ball for a first down and you get pushed back. You blow the whistle earlier. Forward progress gives you the first down. Why was the clock not stopped? It was reset. Why was it not reset for the first down and everything like that to continue to drive you from that? If that play is moved along how it should have been and stopped and corrected and everything like that, they're about 12 to maybe 15, 16 yards away from comfortable enough field goal territory. Okay, you take one more shot to get you a 10 to 12 yard. All right, put the field goal kicker out there and at least give it a chance with him.
Yeah, and you saw it with Matt Rule too, and he's said that kind of waiting to see what the refs are going to do, and that's why he's pocketing that timeout. He's like, "You're going to go back, stop the clock, reset it," and obviously it never happened. So there was a few things in the game, and I still that touchdown that should have been overturned. That wasn't. I swear that ref was almost excited to say touchdown the way the ruling on the field stands, because you just got the interim head coach for Michigan State just saying, come on, man. And
I'm like,
it was a little bizarre to watch.
Are we not looking at like reviews? Like you have one job. All day you sit in the office and wait for a phone to ring to correct and say yes or no. You got how many screens? How many machines that you got to slow things down, fast play it, zoom in, zoom out, whatever you want to do. And I get it. Sometimes that was the wrong call. Nebraska probably got a letter today saying, yeah, they messed up on 3 different calls that should have been there towards our way.
Yeah, there's a few egregious ones where, if every fan is 100% confident it was the wrong call, is mad. The Malachi Coleman pass interference was horrible and hard to miss.
Can we look up the definition of what pass interference is?
Yeah, let's do it. That could be funny.
Like that,
because
to impede
checked
or
every
stop
box, I'm sure.
Somebody's forward progress. I don't care that you can try and say it was uncatchable. It was not. He would have been there. The dude literally stopped him. This is 20-some yards.
It wasn't overthrown. If he would have been able to stay on his route, it was right in his pocket. It would have been a great ball.
It might have been one he had to like reach for and might have lost his balance, but it was still a catchable ball. This man hit him with his shoulder and no call at all. Again, you have one job.
All right, you want to hear the
Please,
definition?
Yeah,
And you tell me if Malachi Coleman or if the Michigan State player checks this box for this penalty.
Check.
In the NCAA, defensive pass interference is contact beyond the neutral zone by a defensive player intentionally and obviously impeding an eligible opponent to prevent the opponent from catching a legal forward pass.
Stop right there. Check. The man hit him in the C gap of the field. This man didn't even get to the hash. The ball was thrown maybe a yard or two outside of the hash. Like he would have ran right into it if his stride would have kept him. And how many refs is it in the game? 4 or 5 that is on the field. You telling me 6, 8, 10 pairs of eyes? None of y'all thought. But again, the game was left to where you're looking at and calling plays. Well, yeah, if we had that. That's not good enough. You're putting it into somebody else's hands instead of necessarily doing what you need to do to make sure to secure to where it don't even matter if that was there or not.
Yeah, and this isn't, woe is Nebraska. This is just something that every Big Ten team deserves at this point. Because I've watched enough Big Ten football. Can we get consistent, reasonable officiating? I understand you're going to miss some calls.
Get that.
Right? Happens. It's going to happen. But when you're replaying it and you're reviewing
that pass interference is the same thing that was. We might have to check and see if it was the ref that was in the Rams Saints game, because that was very similar.
Yeah, just took him out completely obvious. And then obviously Heinrich Harburg, nasty face mask too, was all out in the open, easy for everyone to see. Missed that one. That would have been a huge play, 15 yards, automatic first down.
Clock rolling, and when they get into the up tempo, they actually look. A little bit better. I don't know if he checks to just, okay, I got this read and that read. If he's more comfortable with it, or there's not a lot of keys that you have to read because you're going fast, so the defense can't necessarily get set up. So when they go up tempo, that it looks really, really good. I don't know if you got.
I think I might have thrown Michigan State off a little bit too. Because it's like, honestly, the first time, Nebraska's really had to go up tempo like that. And if, you're Michigan State playing that slow execution ball, and then all of a sudden you're lining up going, that communication time for you goes down too. So you got to be also on the defense, adjust on the fly, with that communication to be ready.
It was an early game for everybody.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It was an early game for everybody. So it just sucks because if they got outmatched, if they got outplayed, I'll say it. They just didn't come out on the other side with the win. They played well enough to win. They just didn't pull it out. And it sucks because we're better than what we showed.
100%.
But way better, regardless of the turnovers. We've played better, and we just got to, it's getting to the back end of the season where, those troubles are coming in and everything like that. Like, you just got to find a way.
Yeah. And again, you talked about staying in rhythm. I think that was just huge. 5 for 15 third down efficiency. Obviously we did get the one, fourth down play where we had to get it, but nonetheless, 2 interceptions.
5 for 15?
5 for 15 third down. Well, think about the tackles for loss of that game. I think that's what really threw this offense into an absolute funk.
Yeah, you're playing behind the sticks.
And this isn't an offense that's really built to come from behind or built to even just have those third and long. So that explains a lot of the 3rd and 15. It's just hasn't quite been part of the team's DNA.
You're sitting back and you're asking a guy who's not necessarily comfortable, or I would say not necessarily used to, that type of situations and everything like that. You can that was probably as bad as I've seen the whole season of them playing from behind the sticks and everything like that. But you're asking a guy, who still trying to, pull things together and everything like that, regardless of injuries, to the receiver room and the running back room, offensive line to, go out there. And then you got a defense who are just sitting back there, to dropping back in zone and asking you to pick them apart. And that is not his strength. And so, it just,
especially when you can just take out the wide receiver, makes it really hard.
Michigan State just, they won the situational game.
Yeah, and this stat to me is kind of the most eye-jarring because you look at it, fumbles lost 1, interceptions thrown. So that's 3 turnovers for Nebraska. Obviously, Michigan State had 0. So you're -3 on the turnover margin, and yet you still won the time of possession. 31 minutes to Michigan State's 28. Like, you still, that's, again, why this game, I don't think it's a game where, the guys didn't play hard. I don't think it was any of that. I think it's just the turnovers finally caught us.
Shot ourselves on the foot.
Yeah. Looking at, Heinrich Haarberg going forward, are you still pretty confident with him at the quarterback position? Because I'm hearing that was kind of one of the discussions that, they even asked Matt Rule, did you ever think about putting in Sims or Purdy? And I'm just kind of in this mindset where I don't know if that's a great move either at this point. I know it was not a great game for him, but he's been rattling off these wins. Yes, they call them ugly win wherever you want, but it's a win column at the end of the day. Next year, you're not going to go back and see if it was an ugly win or not. And again, it's not like Sims or Purdy in the past has shown us that he can do those things better. Yeah.
It's a tough situation. You can go 2 different ways with it. You can mix it up. And what I mean by mix it up is kind of, you remember when Frost had the 2 quarterbacks, McCaffrey,
and then we had Logan Smothers.
Yes. So you can kind of do that with Sims, but it's like you don't know where his mind is at with, fumbling and everything like that. So there's that aspect of it to where, just to change the pace of the game. A couple packages, couple times, to where what somebody is not doing necessarily, what one quarterback's, strength is.
Adrian Martinez, not Logan Smothers. Because I think you're talking about the game where they're switching those 2 in and out.
But I'm not saying I'm not saying like, this drive, that drive, and everything like that. You can give Sims, a couple plays. A couple plays where he's comfortable with, where, okay, well, versus this defense and everything like that, okay, those long runs that, Haarberg has been getting, Sims probably scores. Not saying that he hasn't, but that one that he got tripped up at like the 3-yard line, like if that's Sims, he probably scores that.
Yeah.
But call up a couple play designs and everything like that to where it's that type of style to where you need a home run hit. That's your kind of deep ball and everything like that. And if this defense shows that and everything like that, Yeah, you trickle them in and everything like that.
And I wouldn't think you have to change the offenses too much. You look at
No.
Sims' game, how much different really is it than Harburg?
They're about the same.
Exactly. Harburg's just a little more muscular guy. You don't, I mean, obviously, you still hate to see him get hit, but
one's faster, the other one's bigger.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
They're both similar and everything like that. So I don't think you go away from what you're doing and everything like that. Now, I say mix it up also too because he's taking hits. So he may be not necessarily. I'm not saying he might not perform, but you know it takes a toll on the body. So give him a couple breaks here and there and everything like that. And like I said, I'm not saying you leave Sims in for a whole half. You leave him in for a whole quarter and everything like. No, you give him a couple packages. A couple safe throws that he's able to complete. If that's rolling out to his right. And it's either a flood concept, high low, or a go route. If not, okay, you run it. Or if it's a stick concept or a hook and a Hank concept or something like that, something small to where okay, well now you got to change up and everything like that, and just to throw something in there instead of just having it is what it is and everybody's just smashed up in a box and your one guy is getting hits and everything like that. So I don't think they need to necessarily go away from it. And also if Sim's confidence is fine and everything like that, he's playing well and everything like that, I feel like iron sharpen iron. Like that might give, the other, okay, well, let me make sure I'm really on, my job and everything like that. Let me hit it's a more drive for okay, well, I know they'll switch it. Like I know they don't have a problem with, interchanging quarterbacks. So let me make sure I'm sharp on what I'm doing and everything like that. And that might mitigate, some of the missed opportunities, the missed throws or something like that, or him trying to, do a little bit more instead of necessarily playing safe. And I'm not saying that he's just like, oh, well, I got it. And this and this and that is just, finding other ways to get people involved and everything like that. You have a weapon because I believe Sims is.
I mean, yeah, you saw it when you said George. No, the interceptions were bad, but he still the one reason why he's over here is he was capable of those explosive plays. He that's what he did at Georgia. Yes, or Georgia Tech. I keep saying Georgetown. At Georgia Tech, I understand the interceptions were still high, but I think that's the one thing where Matt Rule, especially this coaching staff, they feel very developmental, and I think they thought they were able to fix that in the offseason.
They understood necessarily what the offense was going to be.
Yes.
So if it's not there throwing wise and everything like that, he would be able to get it with his legs pretty much.
And we saw that against Colorado.
So
he had some serious speed
I
out
get
there.
that and everything like that, but what came along with that was the turnovers and everything like that. So like I said, you have a weapon. And I don't know if you put some type of quarterback option with them two.
That'd be crazy.
You know what I mean?
Watch, yeah.
So he can run.
No
and
one can
you
sure as hell hit. Lead blocker.
Okay, why not put him in some type of option? You pitch it to him, and somebody goes deep and you bomb it because they're not going to expect it. You know what I'm saying?
Michigan State got us on it twice.
So I'm not saying what they're doing is terrible because I do believe the play calling is fine and everything like that. Now we're just missing capable pieces of making all things run smoothly. But you got a couple wrinkles in there and everything like that. If we get to 21 points, we win.
Yeah. Again, our defense. I say to get our defense.
If you need in these next couple of games or this next game coming up, a couple of trick plays to get you over that hump to get to 21, do it. What you know what I'm saying? It ain't you got Iowa left. I mean, their offense is lower than ours, but still,
they got Deacon Hill back there, which he's just, if you think our quarterbacks are bad, I'll just say that much.
Exactly.
Deacon Hill is not great back there.
You got Maryland, which Maryland will be an interesting game.
Yeah, Tulia Tagovailoa.
Yeah, Tua little brother.
He's good, man.
They've been playing up and down and everything like that. We could catch them. They're here. So that one's up in the air, and just Wisconsin. What type of game Wisconsin is going to come and everything like that. So,
and that's on the road too.
Trick plays are in effect. We're not going to get blown out. Like we really haven't out of the sign stealing people outside of them.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I said, like our defense has been holding up. So just some type of sparks here and there. You got young people on the outside.
Yeah, I mean
that are trying, that I think that are trying and everything like that. But this is the first time they're really in that situation. And you have a guy on the bench who can be a weapon and everything like that. You just got to figure out how to best kind of utilize that without as much negativity.
Yep,
and that's not always easy.
We'll have Billy Kemp back. He was pretty much there just for punt returns that last game, just kind of giving some health because I think Alex Bullock was just still a little uncomfortable. So he was healthy enough to get back there, and they went really aggressive for those field goal blocks. I will say though, that's one thing we got to learn. If it's coming if you're inside the 5, don't catch it on that punt. Just let it go out of bounds. That was another thing where I was like, Ed Full, you got to have a talk. Like, you got to stop letting those guys fair catch those. They're going to bounce out. Get it better. We were getting pinned back by choice, it felt like at times.
And you just got to understand, I know everywhere I've been, it's either the 10 or it then got moved down to the 8. You put your toes at the 8-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
If you your big toe is at the 8. So if you have to take a step back, it's gone. There's no chance of you getting it or anything like that. You don't even fair catch. Go block the closest threat, hit him so the ball bounces in the end zone. That's shut. So I don't know what their rule is. I don't know if they, just lost track, where they are. Because they're not really running back for it. They're kind of like right there already in the territory. So I don't know if just, those guys are just trying to make a play, which I get that and everything like that, but it goes back to situational football.
Mm-hmm.
Be smart about it.
I think that was part of it, trying to make a play on special teams. And the other, because, again, you see an offense that's struggling, you want to play that complementary football, help them out. And the other part of it, too, is I think at times we're just losing track of where they were, because that Michigan State punter, I'll give him credit, he was bombing them. He was having a hell of a game. This is not the best game from Buschini. I'd imagine he'll bounce back. He was just kind of having a tough go at it. But, yeah, I think that was definitely part of it. The Michigan State player, I should look up during the break how many yards he punted for, because he was going off. It was insane how far he was pinning all those.
So it goes back to, just having awareness. I'm not saying that the special teams coach is not doing this job or anything like that, because you don't want to, put a leash on a kid to do something, to not do something. You know what I'm saying? It's just understand, where you at. Because there's been a couple times, I've caught it on the 5, on the 2.
Oh yeah, it happens.
And you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, look where you at first, so but those times I've ran, 10, 12 yards, and I just literally didn't really realize where I was at type stuff. So it happens. It's just, that's just one of those things that you kind of clean up and then move on to the next thing. It's not something that you need to
and I'd imagine
like
Ed Foy's already had the conversation,
exactly,
figuring it out. But I will say, we got
at least he catching
here.
it. So
yeah,
at least he catching it. So
with confidence, too. You don't have to worry about him back there.
Exactly.
But quick update before we go to break: we do have Nebraska basketball with a strong lead already in the first half, 28-10. Over Lindenwood. Again, Lindenwood, maybe not the greatest opponent. I know they struggled a lot last year in the Ohio Valley, but still good to see the Huskers off to a good start. We'll keep you updated as it goes on, and we'll also have the post-game show, and we'll have you guys join in on that one. But we'll throw it to break here. Don't Punt Hour. Don't go anywhere.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sports shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Career or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief, use adjustments and decompression, detox. With increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Don't Punt Hour. I'm Harrison Arns running the ones and twos. We got the host, as always, DeMornay Pierson'El in here. We're breaking down the Husker football game and their loss to Michigan State. Also keeping you updated on Nebraska basketball. And again, we'll still have Speed and Power after the show, but as soon as the game gets over and Speed and Power is done, we will have the post-game show. I think it'll be me and Box starting things off for the first segment, and we'll get Austin Orman in here. Nick Stainert may be calling in as well. So definitely don't go anywhere. If you guys want to join the show, 402-464-5685. That is the starter Heyman text line. Again, feel free to do so. Honda of Lincoln hotline as well. I do want to dive into a little bit of NBA here as we're talking about it over the break. Not going to dive into the Bulls. It's been a rough season for them. I was saying it before. The talent they have on paper does not match where they should be in the standings right now. I know it's super early in the season. You don't want to have these, long-term beliefs. You see that flip all the time, but a players meeting after the first game and you lose is not ideal. I kind of want to ask you about that because I honestly didn't really like it for Coach Billy Donovan. I don't know what that does to a coach if it's first game and you tell the coach to get out of the locker room, players meeting only.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing.
That's where I'm kind of on the fence about it.
This early, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt of more so that the players are just, checking them, and it's not bad. It's not bad for that to happen. Now, what you need to watch is what and how the players respond in the next interviews or press conference addressing the issue and everything like that. That'll tell you necessarily if it's kind of a them thing or them don't like him thing.
Yeah, like you just hope it's not the Kyrie Irving where he's holding side practices on his own, because he doesn't like head coach Steve Nash. He was there at the time. I
don't think it'll be that.
I don't think it'll be that to that extent either. But I hope it was, again, just one of those situations where we got to figure some stuff out. This isn't like we don't trust your process, but we are on our own. We got to figure ourselves out.
It's early. Like it's no need to freak out. You don't even know. New team, new year, coach. Like,
do you guys ever conjure up just player meetings only when you're playing for the University of Nebraska?
I feel like we've had a couple. And it was just to check in guys because guys kind of checked out. When I was there, the last 2 years. Well, my last year it was up and down. Like we weren't really good that year. So people were just
coaching rumors were getting out of hand too.
Yeah, so people were just trying to just turning into, well, I got this going for me and this and this and this and that and so it was just kind of just to check everything and get guys still back on one accord and don't just believe and fall into that stuff and everything like that. It was nothing towards the coaches or anything like that. So I mean, we had that probably once or twice that year, maybe. It wasn't anything negative. It was just to regroup, get concerns out, speak freely, get frustration, irritation, and everything like that out, and then try and find common ground and kind of move forward there.
Yeah, in the NFL, I want to tag on that a little bit. How do players go about balancing that? Because now you got real money on the line, real contract deals on the line. You look at certain players where is there times where the quarterbacks or players are like, hey, throw him the ball one more time so he can get his deal? Because Tom Brady, he seems to be kind of be the master of that. You saw those stories all the time, hooking his guy up so he can get that bag. But I'm always curious, where that balance is of being a team player, but obviously still fighting for your job because there's a draft every year, guys hunting for your job.
You see that at typical, if guys are close and can make things happen and everything like that, typically, it's in a sense, I kind of want to say, it's the players versus the coaches. But not in a bad way. You know what I mean? It's not bad. It's not oh, forget y'all or anything like that. It's just, they're upper management and these are the people that you can joke around with, be more friendly to and everything like that. It's not like that at every place and everything like that. But you'll see guys that, oh, this is coming up and people are trying to help people out and everything like that to as much as they can. I know Derek has done it. I know Russ did it in Seattle with David. His last name David Moore, if I'm not mistaken. I think he plays for Tampa Bay now.
Okay, yeah.
I know he's done it for him and everything like that. But it's kind of all, everybody has a job to do. College and the pros are completely different. You have a safety net in college, in the NFL, you don't. So you don't got guys really, messing around, joking around and everything like that. Everybody is in tune when it's time to, joke and have fun and everything like that. Of course you have, guys like that and everything like that. But when it's time to turn it on and everything like that, when everybody's clocked in, there's you got people's jobs on the line, people's family on the line, and everything like that. So it's a lot more serious. It's a lot more attention to the detail, and you got to be, because if you don't, you'll be out of there. So it's from college to pros. It's night and day.
Yeah. And what does that dynamic look like? Because that's one of my favorite things about the NFL is you can be a young kid making it to the league, and you're going to be playing with some punters who are 45 years old. Your quarterback might be in his 30s. You're going to have guys in their 20s. I mean, you're all over the map in terms of age.
It's a mix, but you get to know guys. Whether or not, people playing pranks on you. I remember Max Crosby's rookie year. We had Freestyle Friday.
Okay.
So this is back in Oakland. This is what 19, I think, maybe. Freestyle Friday, and anybody who knows Max, they know Max into music and everything like that. So Freestyle Friday.
I saw some videos after the win. He was having a good time.
Freestyle Friday. So back then, what it was all the rookies had to get on the mic and literally rap. It don't matter who you were or anything like that.
Did you get a beat for it at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had a running back, Jalen Richard. He have a speaker, he have a mic and everything, and you knew what it was coming. He would be the first one back in the room. By the time you get to the end, by the time you get to walking in the building, you hear the speaker.
So you're not escaping it, no matter what.
No, he's after practice, like he's going to catch you. And like other guys, would not let the rookies leave and it wasn't no hazing or anything like that. But it's like, no, get the mic, sing. So I mean, you get that, and people will build bonds with you, get to know you, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's his name? This and this and that, and throw out words and everything like that. So it's very, it's a friendly environment. You do have the peoples that are douche, that do stick to themselves and keep off, but then you also have other guys who they sit at other tables every day at lunch to get to know people and everything like that and whatnot. And you got guys. That's where you got guys that can show you tricks of the trade, management with money or in stocks and investments.
Yeah, I'd imagine you need someone to help break that first check down. Just figuring out where all those taxes go.
Listen,
especially if you're in California, you'd have some serious questions.
You do California, New York, DC. DC was bad too.
I can believe DC being bad.
But you love going to Texas. You love going to Florida, Vegas. You love going to those places because there's no state tax. So
yeah, and it's always crazy because I feel like it doesn't get talked enough. Because I'm like, that definitely plays a part in some of this free agency stuff.
I was also on a team with Carl Nassib.
Okay.
When he was with the Raiders, like that's something honestly that like financial literacy and everything like that they would talk about every day. So when Carl would talk and everything, like, I'm pulling up a chair to listen. You know what I'm saying? So and it wasn't just the players, coaches as well. Chiming in and everything like that. To where they created a safe space to where people are comfortable to ask questions and everything like that. And Carl was always approachable. Hey, I got questions about this and everything like that. Can you, further explain it and show me X, Y, and Z and everything like that? And he was always, cool enough to, it's this and this and that. And if you got any more questions, or if you need a guy and everything like that, or if you need me to help you walk through whatever your financial situation is and everything like that to help better, understand you and everything like that, it was always there. So
it's great to have because you got young kids, and again, this is especially before NIL era, and they got millions all of a sudden.
And the older dudes, the older guys, they know that, so they're always, majority of teams, you got those guys that will help. You got those guys that don't look at you as, oh, you taking my job and everything like that. They look at it as, oh, okay, you helping us win our division, you helping us win, getting extra checks and everything like that. So it really wasn't, personal on the field, off the field. They didn't let, off the field politics of, draft picks and all you here to do. I've rarely seen people, kind of let that, influence some stuff and everything like that. Now they may felt some type of way and everything like that. They never talked about it, never showed about it. Because at the end of the day, you got to respect your teammates because you're going to work with them every day and everything like that. So I've never been a part of anything to where it's been, a negative impact and not kind of like helping guys.
That's good to hear. And it feels like the league's definitely, especially some of the earlier numbers, it looks like they're trying to get ahead of that, as they should, because definitely got to have that financial literacy when you're walking around with millions. But we got to go ahead, throw it to break here. Last break for the Don't Punt Hour. Quick update: Nebraska up on Lindenwood 45-19, shooting a hot 55% from the field, 46%, 48 if you round it up, or excuse me, 47% if you round it up from deep. We'll throw it to break here. Don't Punt Hour. Don't go anywhere.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and man, do the October incentives get better. You won't want to miss this happening right now at Coppell. You have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right, happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at couplecars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with roof credit.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the Don't Punt Hour. We go super short on this one since we went long on the first, talking some Husker football. And again, you guys can always join the show, 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Heyman text line. We will still have Speed and Power up next before we get to the postgame show. As Nebraska basketball getting close to half here with the score of 51-24 at halftime. So again, Huskers leading that one with just some really hot shooting percentages, which is good to see. Be curious. Well, I'm curious what that breakdown is. Definitely tune in. As soon as the clock hits 0, we will have that post game for you. But nonetheless, final thoughts. Nebraska, they're going to have to pick themselves up here a little bit. They're going to be playing an opponent kind of in a similar fashion. What are you looking for in this Husker team going forward, just mentally, to kind of rebound and lock back in?
To just capitalize, on opportunities from the outside, receivers making catches. The quarterback capitalizing on his assignments, knowing where to throw the ball, where the weaknesses of the defense is, and exploiting those. Defense, I'm challenging them to create some turnovers. Give us a couple extra, opportunities on the offensive end to create some points, or turn it over and pick it up and score. Either or, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But bouncing back and just having a complete game. You coming back home. It's an important game. You win the game, bowl eligible. You never know what can happen with the Big Ten West and everything like that. You still got two teams that are still you're not out of it.
Yeah, Wisconsin, Minnesota took a loss.
Yeah,
now you're tied in second, 3-3. Iowa's one above you, and you got them on the schedule.
So you're not. Everything's still on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So just come back, play 100% full game on all phases. Y'all been doing well with possession of the ball. We need 21 plus.
Well said. I think that's going to be the kind of the recipe for Nebraska football to wrap up these 3 games, especially considering you've talked about it before, but the last 2, Wisconsin, Iowa, back-to-back, those are going to be physical ones. Good thing you got the time of possession thing down now, because you're going to need it for those games.
That's the piece of it. So, just holding onto the ball, capitalizing, creating chaos, and taking advantage and imposing your will on the team.
Absolutely. We got to get out of here. Speed and Power up next. This has been the Don't Punt Hour with the Mornay Pierson'El. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My father, Don, always insisted that Sartor Heyman never compromise.